Hello everyone, how are you all? It's turning to be super cold here for us. Gentle wind but freezing temperatures. In fact, we are expecting it to snow this week. Snow is fun as long as I'm at home enjoying food, staying nice and warm. And with this freezing temperatures, peak winter months, what makes me feel better and good and all happy is something that is deep fried. So I'm planning to make vegetable pakodas with all the vegetables that I have at home, plus a creamy grilled sandwich that Chotu can have after coming back from school, nice and warm. So I have one large red bell pepper that I have finely chopped, onions and tomatoes as well. In a medium-sized pan, I add in 2 tablespoons of oil, bell peppers and 1 medium-sized onion together at once that I saute first, and then I add in a cup of frozen sweet corn and 1 large tomato. We allow them to turn soft completely. Once the tomato is soft and mushy, then I add in a tablespoon of very fine semolina, sannan rave, suji, which is really fine. I roast along with other veggies so that we get rid of the raw smell of the semolina, and then I add in salt to taste, a teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, half a teaspoon of onion granules, half a teaspoon of garlic granules, a teaspoon of dry parsley. Combine it well, mix it well. Now to finish off, I'm going to add in 3 tablespoons of fresh cream. It turns out to be one of the secret ingredient which will make the stuffing taste really nice, rich, creamy and tasty. I keep the stuffing ready. I'll make the sandwiches when Sanika is back from school. But now I'm also prepping to make vegetable pakodas, for which I'm using red, yellow and orange bell peppers in half, and 1 zucchini, which is also called as courgette, 3 baby corns that I have finely chopped and 1 large onion. I've also got carrots as well. I combined all of the veggies that I have got. So in goes bell peppers, carrots, courgettes, baby corns, onions. This bowl seems to be too small, so I give it a good mix, and also I feel the veggies are in quite a big portion. So I thought, let me just use half of it. It's just me and Santosh who eat pakodas at home, and Shreya is not at home. Sanika doesn't eat pakodas, so this is quite a big portion. I'm just using half of it. To this, I add in a teaspoon of garam masala, pinch of turmeric powder, a teaspoon of red chili flakes, salt to taste, adding in basil leaves for a nice good aroma flavor. I combine it all together. Now I'm using this very special Humpy Gold Instant Mirchi Bhaji mix. This comes from our hometown, Kampli, Santosh's native place. His cute little cousin owns the brand, and this batter makes and turns out to be so good and tasty that I would highly recommend for you all to pick these bags from your local stores. And she also mentioned to us it's available on Amazon Indian site and in retail outlets too. If you come across these bags, make sure to pick them up. They turn out to be really good. Now the best combination to enjoy these pakodas is with mamra. What I normally do to make them really nice and crispy is set them in the microwave just for 1 minute, in which way they will turn out to be really nice and crispy, which otherwise it will be soggy and soft if it's in a packet or a dabba. In the microwave turns out to be really nice. Onto the mamras on top, I add in a good amount of dal bhiji mix. A very nice spicy namkeen mixture. You can also add in bundis if you have at home. So this is how I deep fry my pakodas without getting my hands in the batter. I use 2 spoons, scoop 1 spoon of the pakoda mixture and use the other spoon to drop it in. It's safe, and the best part is you do not have to dip your hands in the batter and do not have to keep washing your hands for every batch of pakodas that you're frying. Winter months can be really harsh on hands, and if you're working in kitchen constantly, washing your hands can be quite painful. Simple tricks like these come in very useful that you can do, and also it's quite hygienic as well to make pakodas this way. And just before eating, we can add in finely chopped onions and coriander leaves onto the mamras. Mamras like this with pakodas at the side are the ultimate combination of enjoying a snack for tea time, especially when it's snowing outside. And if you're in a best company, this is just the snack that you can make literally in a few minutes. You can also save this recipe for your next upcoming gathering for New Year's or a potluck party for Christmas. I and Santosh nicely sat down and enjoyed it thoroughly. The best way to enjoy it is by sharing it just the way we both are.
ಇದು ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಚರ್ ಬಾಟ್ಲಿ ಐತೆ ಎರಡು ಫ್ರೆಶ್ ಐತೆ.
Later, I made some sandwiches too by adding in a good portion of the vegetable stuffing on a bread slice and spreading it evenly. I'm also using mature cheddar that I have grated and adding in another bread slice on top and onto the grilling pan. This grilling pan is from IKEA that I would highly recommend for you to buy. It's just good in many ways that I often tend to use it. This pan for making grilled sandwiches. You can easily make 4 sandwiches together at once. It's wide enough, also light in weight that you can carry it easily, wash it easily, and the best part, you can use it on a gas flame. So I'm going to sit down and enjoy it for lunch. And now that Chotu is back from school, she's super happy that she gets to enjoy a wholesome grilled sandwich as an after school snack. I've applied a good amount of butter for Chotu sandwich and I'm using baby bell cheese for her. This is definitely one of the recipes that you can make for kids for birthday parties. And today it actually snowed. It's a wonderful feeling, not just to see the snow, but to actually feel it and sense it. It's super soft. It's still not turned icy, which is good sign. It's quite scary to drive in icy conditions, but right now it's super soft and I'm okay to drive. So I better get cleaning the car so that we can move it and get Sanika to school. When it snows, we need to have plenty of time on hand to clean and clear up the car, and also considering the traffic, and most importantly, be driving in a very minimal speed as much as you can so that you have a good grip and control of the car. So we finally made it to the school and I'm back home safe and sound. And when this girl is back from school, she is super hungry. So I thought, let me make her favorite chaat today, for which I had already soaked in chana overnight. So I'm going to pressure cook 1 cup of chana with a pinch of salt and cooking soda for 4 whistles. I quickly chop the required vegetables and onto a pan. I'm using coconut oil, but you can use any oil of your choice. Coconut oil is quite a healthier option of oil that we all love eating at home, given for any recipe or any dish. So in a pan with a tablespoon of coconut oil, a teaspoon of cumin seeds, 1 large onion which is finely chopped that I sauteed first. And then to this I add in 2 tomatoes chopped. Once it's soft, I add in a teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, 2 teaspoons of chole masala, a teaspoon of dhania powder, a teaspoon of cumin powder, half a teaspoon of garam masala. We let the raw smell of the masalas go, and then to this I add in cooked chana. We let it come to a good boil. I have potatoes that I set into the pressure cooker to make tikkis. Finishing off the chole masala by adding in salt and very little of amchur powder just for the tanginess, as it's a chaat dish. And then I mash up the potatoes completely. Now to make tikkis in a pan with a teaspoon of oil, 1 small onion finely chopped. Once it's golden brown in color, to this I add in half a teaspoon of garlic and ginger paste. We let it turn aromatic, adding in mashed potatoes, warming it up, and then adding in a teaspoon of jeera powder, half a teaspoon of green chili paste, salt to taste. We let the entire moisture of the potatoes be absorbed as you warm it up. And then once it's completely cooled down, we make small tikkis by scooping in a little mixture of the potato mash, make small round balls and then flatten it down. We want it to be nice and thick as well at the same time. Once you have them all ready, I use a tawa to roast the tikkis on both the sides so that they turn out to be really nice and golden in color. Now to make it all interesting, when this little baby comes home, I thought of using these drinking glasses to serve aloo tikki chaat in them. This could be an idea that you can use for your gathering. A very easy way of making a dish look very, very interesting by serving it in these glass containers. And the good point is you can easily hold them in your hand and enjoy the chaat. Plates can be a little bit difficult to hold in hands, but with it being in glass containers, a lot easier to hold. I fill up the base with around 2 tablespoons of chana masala and layer it up with dahi, mint and coriander chutney on top, and khatta meetha chutney, a few onions, coriander leaves, and aloo tikkis. I'm just using these mocktail sticks, but you can use toothpicks as well to insert them, the tikkis, and to place them right on top. This just looks so good and very interesting chaat. You can enjoy them just aloo tikkis on their own, or you can enjoy it as a chaat. It's just me and Santosh who are going to enjoy it. As he's working upstairs, I give him his glass of aloo tikki chaat and I'm going to sit down very peacefully, enjoy them. You can scoop them inside to enjoy it as aloo tikki chaat or nibble onto these tikkis on their own. This week, I'm totally dedicated in making easy snack recipes that we are enjoying as a family. And I thought this is something which is going to be super helpful for you all as well. So today, I'm making vegetable noodles. Using all the vegetables that I have in the refrigerator, I have washed them. Bell peppers are such a must, which makes noodles taste really good. So I have bell peppers, carrots, baby corn, and cabbage. I'm using soba noodles, which are brown. I'm using 2 bundles of them, which will be sufficient for 3 of us. Adding in hot water. Soba noodles usually take 5 minutes to be cooked and to be ready. Parallelly, in a large pan, I saute all the vegetables with 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 5 garlic cloves that I have finely chopped. I saute them first and then in goes carrots and baby corn, which will take a little longer to get cooked. So we add them first so that they'll become slightly tender. And then I add in onions, mixed bell peppers and cabbage, all of them together at once. We want them to be super soft and tender, but still retaining the crunch, in which way the noodles will taste really good. All of the recipes that I have shared in this video are not tedious at all. They're quite simple and easy to make, asking just around 30 minutes of your time. And this noodle recipe can be made in just 10 minutes, finishing it off by adding in salt, tomato, ketchup and sriracha. Sriracha is a sauce which is basically a chili sauce. You can use chili sauce if you don't find sriracha sauce. I give it a stir and then add in the cooked noodles. Holding 2 spoons or 2 forks are the best way and the easiest way to combine noodles with vegetables, in which way the noodles will retain the shape and not break into small pieces. almost lunchtime now. I give this portion to Santosh first and then I'm going to enjoy it later. Noodles in brown is definitely the best way to enjoy it as a snack, still making it super healthy and nutritious by adding in plenty of vegetables that you do not have to be guilty of eating a very tempting snack. It's almost towards the end of the week, so have very little vegetables in my refrigerator, so I figured out a recipe to make something interesting with whatever is left over. I have a few chapatis as well that is at home, so I thought I should make the most of it. And with potatoes being kids' favorite, you can easily come up with so many recipes to make them happy. So I have around 5 small baby potatoes to be pressure cooked for 1 whistle. I have very little of cabbage that I have finely chopped, 1 carrot, a beetroot and very small onion. I peel off the skin from the potatoes. And I also realized I have very little of rice that is left over. And as a mom, we always ensure to make sure everything, whatever is there in the house, is being used for good. So I add in very little of water into the rice bowl before microwaving for 1 minute. Adding in water mainly makes the rice become soft. In a small pan with a tablespoon of coconut oil, I make a stuffing ready by adding in a teaspoon of cumin seeds, 1 medium-sized onion which is finely chopped, a teaspoon of garlic and ginger paste, mashed potatoes, cooked rice, salt to taste, basil leaves, dried parsley, 2 teaspoons of Szechuan sauce, I lift up a good portion of the stuffing and make really nice thick long strips that can be added as stuffing in the chapatis. If you don't have chapatis at home, you can use in wraps or you can use bread slices as well to make this recipe. So I make all of the stuffing ready together at once and keep them to this point. I have very little of fresh cream that is at home, so I thought of making a dip with it by adding in peri-peri salt, garlic granules and onion granules and very little of salt as well to make a masala creamy dip that I'm going to drizzle on top of the aloo patty stuffing. And you can add in any vegetables of your choice. I'm using carrot sticks, cabbage and beetroot and plenty of cheese. And onto the tawa, we roast the frankies on both the sides. Now when you place it on the tawa, the top section tends to open up. So hold it for a few seconds so that the cheese will melt and hold the opening bit. A very easy way of making your very own version with whatever is left at home. Finish off for good, filling you up completely and also making your taste buds super happy. When it comes to making my loaded Frankie, I end up adding in a lot of masalas and everything onto it with extra added on red chili flakes as well. Lots of creamy dip and lots of vegetables too along with cheese. So yeah, the best and the easiest way to finish off whatever you have at home, especially chapatis, and kids are happy and you are happy to serve them healthy dishes, healthy snacks that they do not complain anymore but are extremely happy. I really hope you found this video super helpful and super useful in making easy snack recipes at home with very few ingredients that are available in your kitchen almost every day, especially during these peak winter months when it's turning to be pretty cold. You just want to enjoy good food, staying nice and warm at home. Thank you so much for watching this video and we'll see you all again soon in my next video. Take care. Bye for now.